Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I figured I'd check in with you. So I'm gonna do today's intro for tomorrow. Yeah, and I just got some few things I want to talk about, mower related stuff that I've been thinking about, and some things I've heard various people talk about on videos on YouTube over the last several days. Just thought I'd bring them up, just curious. I'll give you my thoughts on what I've experienced and that kind of thing with certain things with a mower, and we'll just talk about some random things I feel like will be beneficial, whatnot. But yeah, I just throw in there. But yeah, I hope y'all had a great week and made it to church. I want to bring up this real quick before I get into it. In terms of the message yesterday, great message as always, guys. I just want to remind you guys, even if you're not a Christian, still hope. There's always going to be hope in Jesus, y'all. So always be hopeful, no matter what you're going through. If you have a loved one, a relative, passes away, I know it can be kind of sad at times, during the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. When you've experienced loss of loved ones. I even talked to a customer today. We're mowing the yard, cleaning the yard up, and she came out to give me some money. She pays me cash, and she had lost her husband. I mentioned in another video several weeks ago, and that was actually the last time I talked to her, when she came out to let me know that he had passed away. So she came out to give me some money. I got to chatting with her. You could tell she was real, she wasn't, very happy necessarily. You could tell that it's still weighing on her. And, those situations are hard, y'all. I don't know, how do y'all handle those situations, when you see somebody that, had a spouse pass away in this instance, and they come up and you can tell they're kind of reeling a little bit, from being the holidays and not having them there with them for the first time in a long time in the holiday season. You just don't really know what to say. So yeah, that's kind of what I experienced today. I tried to, like I said, I really didn't know what to say, and you really don't want to say too much because you don't want to make someone that's emotional already even more emotional by bringing up that loved one that may have passed away. So yeah, had a conversation with her, and I feel like it went okay. But you could tell she's, sad and, like I said, reeling a little bit. But yeah, guys, hey, listen, if you're a Christian, if you believe in God, if you believe in, the resurrection, in death, ultimately there's life, eternal life, with Jesus, one day for eternity in heaven, So yeah, y'all, that's something you can always believe in and know, no matter what you're going through. You can be in the dumps, you can have a loved one, spouse, whatever it may be, pass away. But at the end of the day, hey, we have heaven to look forward to. So yeah, you don't have anything to fear, anything to worry about. It's all taken care of at the end of the day, guys. So just always remember that. But anyway, y'all, hey, listen, talking about the mower talk, guys. So yeah, I think it was Ray, one of Ray's videos from a few days back. He had mentioned, I think, an employee worrying about an employee or somebody working for him, tearing the mower up, tearing the spindle up, breaking a spindle, having to replace the spindle. I know that's not cheap, but I'm gonna say something. So, like Ray, I'm a Laser Z guy, Exmark guy. I've had several Laser Z's. I got 4 now, just like Ray does, and I've had quite a few others over the years. Some of those I've put 2,000 plus hours on them. I've never had to replace a spindle. I've never had a spindle break on a Laser Z mower. So yeah, y'all, I'm curious, some of these other brands, is that something y'all have had issues with? I think it was, I forget the guy's name that's mentioned. Yeah, I forget the guy. What's the guy? I can't think of his name, but he's mentioned some of his videos about, costs associated with mowers, and obviously the price to buy a new one is really expensive, but also the repairs that may come about, and the cost of replacing a spindle if it breaks, that kind of thing. But yeah, y'all, one thing about the Exmark Laser Z, never had to do that. So yeah, they're obviously very durable. And I think most commercial type mowers similar to Laser Z, whether it's Gravely, whether it's Grasshopper, Toro, whatever it may be, I think these style mowers are going to be more durable. So something I want to point out now, I always try to, as you can see, I got my navigator here. I got 2 walkers. One of them's in the shop. So yeah, I try to use my Laser Z as much as I can over the walker, the bagging style mowers, preferably because I know they're so durable. They're far less likely to tear up than say the Navigator is, because I mean obviously when you got the bagging system, you got the fan, you got the belts associated with that. There's just way more things that can tear up, you know, in a Navigator or a Walker, you know, the bagging style mowers, as opposed to the commercial Laser Z X Series mowers and the similar brands, you know, similar mower types out there. So yeah, that's something I try to do. I mean, it's obviously you're going to save time too. So you got to think of that. You know, you're going to have time saving. It's going to be more productive, more profitable using the Laser Z. So yeah, and it's going to be far less likely to tear up, which I mean, these don't tear up, but there's things you got to watch for. And there's some things that have happened over the years that have led to my Navigator specifically having some issues and cost me a lot of money in repair. So that's something I think about. I'm always trying to preferably use my Laser Z over the bagging mowers for those reasons. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, another thing I think, yeah, it was Ray. You actually last night posted a video talking about the chute blocker. I agree with Ray, what he's saying. And it really, so I've had one chute blocker. Obviously I don't have it on this one, but I've had one that I had installed on a Laser Z in the past. And that was it. And it would come in handy. And I mean, they're not expensive. So I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not like you're spending a whole lot of money to put it on. It was one of the foot controlled ones where you had the foot pedal that you could open it up. It wasn't like the ones that I've seen some other people use with the handheld things you can grab and open and close it. So yeah, this was the foot pedal. I think it was like $350. So yeah, not too expensive, and it would come in handy. But I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, they're not necessary, especially for the yard types that I do. Now, if I'm in a situation, a scenario with a yard that has a lot of beds, and I don't want to be throwing grass clipping into those beds, then I'll just use the bagging mower, especially if it's a small yard. Now, I'll have a lot of yards too where if it's a bigger yard, it's going to save us time. Well, let's say if it's me and Justin working together, I may have Justin do the front yard with the Laser Z, and I'll mow the backyard with I'll have Justin use the Walker or the Navigator on the front yard, and I'll use the Laser Z on the back, you know, if it makes more sense to do it that way. But yeah, I never want to just blow a bunch of stuff in the beds if that's not something the customer wants me to do, or if it doesn't make sense to do that. But yeah, it does come in handy for sure if you're using the Laser Z style mower, you know, to have that chute blocker, or maybe a standard, whatever. It don't have to be necessarily have to be a Laser Z, but if it's got that side discharge, obviously you might need it. But something you can do too, because I run into the situation, especially when I'm at the brooks, when you got like a narrow section of grass, like an island of grass in between cars on one side and windows and doors and people potentially walking out of the front door on the other. So yeah, that would be handy to have that chute blocker in that situation, that scenario. But I've learned if I'm gonna use the Laser Z, regardless of whether I got the chute blocker or not, what I'll do a lot of times, I'll just slow the RPMs down. You know, I'll just dial it down a little bit. That way it's not really shooting, you know, that grass and that debris out as far, you know, with, you know, the less power with, you know, reducing the RPM. So yeah, that's something you can do too. And that's something that I'll do. There will be occasions where I'll just have Justin do all the fronts, that particular property, a big HOA apartment complex that I do. I'll just have him just go over all the fronts where that situation occurs with the Walker, the bagger mower. So yeah, that's something obviously that I'll do too. But yeah, just slow the RPMs down a lot of times and keep that, you know, keep that guard down as well, and out of deflect the debris as well. But yeah, it's not necessary in my opinion. If you just got a lot, like I said, if you got a lot of smaller yards, a lot of beds, I think it might come in handy. But you know, a lot of in that situation, maybe more ideal to have a mulch kit as well. So that's something you can think about too. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, guys. I'm getting a little long-winded here. I'm gonna get some footage tomorrow, maybe bring us some other things, you know, related to the subject at hand here. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great week so far. Had a great Thanksgiving, great weekend. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, good morning. It's about 7:30 right now. I'm here at my big HOA account, the Brooks. So I'm doing the trash compactor right now. Something we gotta do usually about once a week, sometimes twice a week. We'll come by and make sure this trash is compacted, because you don't want it to build up too much. But anyway, guys, yeah, it's really cold right now, especially for my area. It's probably about 30 degrees. I think it's supposed to be about 45, so for the high today. So I know you guys, North Carolina, Eddie, Logan, Doc, if you're listening, up in Ohio, I'm sure it's a lot colder there, but yeah, pretty cold for this area, South Central Alabama for sure. But I actually like it. I like working in the cold. You can always put more clothes on, and as it warms up throughout the day, if you get to working hard, and yeah, you can always take layers off, that kind of thing. So yeah, I actually like it, working in the cold, to be honest with you. So yeah, this is one of my 2 HOAs where I'm getting a certain amount of money each month. I've also got 2 residential customers that pay me monthly. All in all, if you add them all up, it's about $5,000 a month, guys, that I got coming in, guaranteed. And this is the time of the year where you really benefit. So yeah, I mean, the grass for each of these properties, I'll be coming by once a month, just do a cleanup. And honestly, by this particular property here, if certain areas don't need it, we won't worry about going over it or cleaning it up. But areas that have leaves and that sort of thing, we'll clean up the leaves around the curbs and blow them off, and or suck them up if we have to with the walker mowers, just to kind of get things looking nice and neat. But don't necessarily have to mow it if it don't need it. You may not go around picking up sticks. So yeah, this is a really good time of year. It's where I really benefit this time of year, making the monthly, having the monthly income come in. So yeah, talking about, making sure you got money coming in the winter. Obviously, this is a guaranteed way to have something coming in. I got so many customers. I mean, I've got, obviously the firewood going now. So I've got plenty of money making opportunities and plenty of money coming in the winter. And this is one of the main reasons why I was having these 12-month accounts where you're getting paid a certain amount each month. So yeah, I really benefit this time of year. Definitely when you have some expenses. I don't have a huge amount of expenses, but I do have, obviously I pay Justin a salary. I've got the trucks I'm paying for, that kind of thing. So yeah, I need that money coming in the winter time, and definitely benefiting right now, having that $5,000 guaranteed a month coming in. So yeah, it's really, really helpful. And I like having it, for sure, that guaranteed amount. But yeah, y'all, just stop. So what it does, it rotates or cycles, I think 3 times. Opens up, trash falls in, closes, does that 3 times, and I have to turn it back on. Luckily, the container, I don't know if you can see it back here, it was emptied recently, so that makes it a lot easier too. But yeah, something we gotta do at least once a week. It's part of the deal, obviously, part of the contract deal. Each and every month, it's gotta make sure it's compacted and not getting too full. But anyway, yeah, y'all, gonna have a good day today. Justin should be here in a minute. I let him go hunting this morning. Yeah, obviously with it being real cold, the deer are moving, so he's been tracking this big buck, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. We normally get started a little later anyway when it's really cold like it is now. So yeah, I just figured I'd go ahead and do the trash, and then we'll meet up here probably around 8:30 and knock out some yards in the area, the rest of the day. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I got going on, talk about the benefits of the HOA accounts and having that, that monthly income come in, that guaranteed income come in, how important it is, especially if you have a growing business with employees or one employee. Right now for me, I also got Hunter, he helps a little bit part-time, but yeah, really beneficial this time of year for sure. Hope you're having a good one. Hey guys, just finish that up. I'm just gonna do, now I do any footage today. I may make some in there. Maybe just talking, just want to bring some stuff up. So yeah, that particular place, guys, the Brooks, I've actually been doing that since 2006. It's when I actually started going to school here in Auburn. Graduated high school in 04 and played a couple years of baseball at a small community college in Boaz, Alabama. I'm from Albertville, Alabama originally. Yeah, so yeah, I've been doing that place since 06. every now and then I'll think to myself, I mean, do I want to continue doing that property? Because, you know, my main focus is on regular size properties. I feel like they're more profitable overall. But again, I love that 2,000 plus guaranteed money coming in, you know, each and every month. You know, it's really handy, guys. I mean, it just comes into play in the winter. And again, like I said before, you really benefit, you know, doing these contractual type properties in the winter time when things really don't need it. Because again, like I said, you can skip over areas that don't necessarily need it in that particular property and just focus on cleaning up leaves and sticks and doing the trash, you know, once a month. So yeah, really love the HOAs. I got 3 of them. I think I said 2. I got 3 HOAs and the 2 customers that pay me a monthly amount each and every month. So yeah, I would like to get more and more people to potentially do that, but I think it's easier said than done. I know I listened to a video a few weeks ago. A guy was talking about how, and he was talking about, you know, solo guys doing this. I don't even know if this is feasible. He had a video talking about, you know, ways to amplify winter income and make sure you got that money coming in, like I'm talking about. And he mentioned getting maybe 30 residential customers to pay you $250 a month. I don't know if that's really even possible, to be honest with you, to get that many people, especially if you just have a small business, for your solo especially. But yeah, I'm curious, you guys, y'all let me know, is that something that you think is feasible? Could you get 30 people, 30 residential customers in your area to agree to $250 a month? Now, obviously, that price is going to be dependent on a lot of factors, but I'm talking about just regular average size yards. He mentioned maybe, you know, adding pine straw or maybe a little mulch. And I'm assuming he was talking about just regular average size yards. But I mean, I don't think you're going to get many people to do that, to be honest with you. At least in my experience, in my area, you know, a lot of people don't want to pay that way because we're all looking to save money, guys. So yeah, I'm just curious what y'all think about that. Is that possible to get that many customers to agree, 30 residential customers in your area to agree to pay $250 a month instead of paying you, you know, by each service, whatever it may be, whether it's mowing or bush trimming or, you know, treatments, whatever it may be. Curious about that, guys. So yeah, Justin just texted me, and he to give you an idea, I mean, you know, he's been working with me for a long time. So yeah, he texted me, yeah, I'll meet you around 8:20 to 8:30ish, and all that means is it's gonna be more like 9 o'clock. I mean, yeah, I know better. So yeah, he's gonna meet me around 9 o'clock, even though he claims it's gonna be 8:20. But whenever he says 8:20, 8:30ish, I know I can add 30 minutes to that. So I'm expecting him around 9. I'm going to the first yard we'll be going over right now. So yeah, he'll meet me there, and then we'll park at the Publix, the big Publix parking lot. And so we'll be in this area all day long. So yeah, we'll park in the Publix parking lot, which is going to be close to all the yards we'll be doing. So yeah, we'll do that from time to time, you know, if he's late or whatever reason, you know, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, wanted to update y'all. Ray did a really good video talking about scaling the business last week, I believe, and I commented, and he had asked me about, you know, talking about my future plans. I mentioned about me being at a crossroads. Do I really want to try to scale it, or do I just want to sorry, there's a policeman there. You're not supposed to be, you know, holding your phone up or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I mentioned that I'm at a crossroads now in my business where I'm not really sure if I want to scale or not, or stay similar to where I'm at. Because yeah, it's going to cost money if I decide to, you know, add multiple employees. I definitely need one, but I'm planning on doing a video just talking about the year that was this year and how I felt about it and how I did, and some things that you know, maybe I could have done better. Yeah, obviously the experience with labor is always an issue, and it was again this year. So I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about my future plans and some other things I got going on. Some potential business ideas, potential investment deal that I'm thinking about, investing some money in. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that and just my future plans, guys. I'm gonna do 2 separate videos talking about those things. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know. But anyway, y'all, hope you're having a great day so far. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I'll get any footage, but I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, it's about 9:30 now, so yeah, this is gonna be my last clip. It's gonna do a lot of talking. Obviously, I got the footage of me using the navigator there. We'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah, fortunately, Justin showed up. He proved me wrong. He showed up at 8:30, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I pay him a salary, and I know that's kind of an interesting topic when it comes to employees, how you pay them hourly, salary, production, whatever it may be. But I feel like since I started paying him the salary, guys, it's been beneficial to both of us because honestly, it helps him out, as far as being able to manage and budget his money, getting a certain amount every month, regardless of how long we're working throughout the week. And he's actually been more dependable. I haven't had to deal with lates and all the typical BS stuff that I was having to deal with before, which was a problem, even though he's always been really good at what he does since I started paying the salary. And this will be the end of this month, it'll be 2 years that he's been on salary. If it's gonna start the 3rd year of salary pay. So yeah, I feel like over these 2 years, he's done a really good job of taking ownership and taking it more seriously, because I've told him that I expect, if I'm gonna pay him a good salary, I expect more of him. And it's been beneficial, like I said, to him and to me. And it's cut down a lot of the foolishness that I've had to deal with before when he's just hourly. So yeah, I think that's something to consider. That's just something I've noticed and started paying him the salary. He's does really good at what he does, and he makes me money. I'm just giving you an example. Last Wednesday when I was gone, when I was out of town, I had a list for him to do, and he knocked out the list of jobs. I think it was around $900 that he made the business, in just one day by himself. So yeah, he definitely does a good job overall. But you're always gonna have to deal with little things, guys. It's something that you guys on YouTube generally don't talk about with people out here working with you. Is there's always gonna be some things you have to deal with in most cases. So yeah, he's done a really good job overall since I started him on salary. So that's something to talk about. So that last clip, me using the navigator, guys, I'm bringing a few things up about the navigator. I mentioned this in the intro. So every yard, how I go about it is dependent on the yard itself. So that yard is the yard that generally, if Justin or whoever's working with me, sometimes we'll have 2 guys, 3 guys on the property, on that particular property. You saw the clip there. Other times it may just be 2. But that particular yard, generally, if it's me and Justin, I have Justin use the navigator or the walker on the front, because there are a lot of beds there, and I don't want to be shooting grass in the mulch and all that kind of stuff. And I'll use the Laser Z to mow the back and just, you know, blow off the debris to the wood line there. So yeah, that's exactly what I did there. And yeah, it's all dependent on the yard. So yeah, I want to make sure that I go about whatever yard it may be. I want to go about it, you know, the most efficient, productive way as possible. So it's all dependent on the yard type, and yeah, there's varying factors that come into play there. So yeah, it's something to think about. Something I do a good job of to get done as quickly and productive as possible and make the most money. Getting these jobs done is, you know, like I said, fast and efficient. So that's really important. But the Navigator, guys, I prefer the walkers over the Navigator just because it handles better and the cut quality is better, but it does probably a better job of collecting debris. And this time of year when the grass really isn't growing, I don't really worry about the cut quality as much. So I actually prefer to use the Navigator over the walker because I feel like it's got a little more power and it just does a better job of sucking and collecting debris up. So yeah, you saw me get those leaves there. They're pretty thick, especially on that side part of the yard, and does a really good job of getting those leaves up, and collects and holds a lot of debris in the hopper too. So yeah, that's something to consider. It'd be hard to mulch all those up in that little area without blowing them onto the neighbor's yard there. So that was a good yard to use the Navigator on. And again, it does a really good job of collecting and sucking debris up, really cleaning these leaves and sticks and twigs. And it's my preferred vacuum mower to use this time of year, just because I feel like it does, like I said, does a better job of collecting debris. But yeah, y'all, off to a good start. Hopefully y'all enjoy the video. I feel like I'm getting better and better at, you know, talking and communicating and explaining things when it comes to mowing. Yeah, I feel like I covered a lot of topics there. Y'all let me know what you think on the what do you call it? The shoe blockers. Really curious if you've ever had any issues with a brand of mower that you use with the spindles going bad or breaking or tearing up. Having to replace them. Like I said, I've never had to replace a spindle on a Laser Z mower. So I don't know what it's like to have to replace one and what it costs, but yeah, I guess that's one advantage, knowing, you know, how tough a Laser Z is and the Exmark is. So yeah, I'm just curious if y'all ever had to replace a spindle on your mower. I've hit, you know, some pretty hard, tough things before, and yeah, it's bent the blade, but it never broke the spindle itself. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to bring that up. Y'all let me know what you think. Feel free to comment, all that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments, any questions, concerns, or if you've ever had any issues with a spindle breaking, having to repair it, replace it. Hope every one of you having a good, great week, making some money. God bless you. Talk to you soon.